Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here to regale you with a different type of video. Yes, indeed. I have been posting movie reviews and movie updates, but it's been a while since I've done a movie collection video. Yes, indeed. And as you can clearly see, from what you are able to see, I am a big movie collector. I like collecting movies. It's very, very fun to collect movies. And Professor Macabro is the type of collector that likes to collect different versions of the same movie, whether it be a special edition, a 2-disc set, a unrated director's cut, or an extended non-censored cut, if the case may be. I will give props and a shout out to Sir Gareth of Video Tasties. He has a video series where he showcases different versions of the movies that he owns. So this is partly inspired by him, but also it is an opportunity for me to showcase a collection part and also discuss something that you might encounter when you're collecting physical media. Now, like I said, big fan of collecting different versions of the same movies. But because of that, I find myself owning a lot of copies of the same movie because you will encounter changes in said future releases, whether it be that they add runtime, they add special features, or they switch up the special features. Sometimes you might get a behind-the-scenes featurette, which, if the movie reaches an anniversary, gets taken out and replaced with the 30th anniversary new feature. So that's why Professor Macabro likes to keep his different versions, because they switch it up. Sometimes they might just even release a movie with a little cleanup. They went back and remastered the audio, the visuals, and it gets cleaned up so you don't get as much wear and tear on the film. And the movie that I wanted to showcase, one particular aspect of movie collecting, physical media, is Basic Instinct, the erotic thriller starring Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas. And Michael Douglas plays this detective that is trying to solve murder mysteries, and Sharon Stone is his prime suspect. But Sharon Stone is a femme fatale. She is into Michael Douglas, but also, she's kind of shady, and she might actually be the killer. Indeed. And this movie was very notorious because Sharon Stone's character is bisexual. And a lot of people at that time, the community was protesting the movie because it portrayed their community negatively, showcasing that, it doesn't paint bisexual people in a good light. And it's also notorious for a lot of nudity, a lot of very softcore. If you grew up back in the time that I grew up, well, you saw the same kind of thing in Skinamax, but this one was a mainstream release, so you got to see softcore action, and it was very risque for the time. You'll see. So, yes, and it also has a very infamous scene where Sharon Stone is in the interrogation at the police station, and she presents herself in front of all the male cops. And fun fact, as it's explained in one of the special features of one of these releases, Sharon Stone didn't know that was going to happen. The director told her that they wanted to film it, but you wouldn't really be able to see anything because of the lighting, but it was all bullshit because he specifically lit that part up. So Sharon Stone says in one of the featurettes that he took her mother to see the movie, and she presented herself, and Sharon Stone's like, "That motherfucker lied to me." And so yes. But this is the OG DVD release of Basic Instinct, which clocks in at 129 minutes. Remember that. That's important. And it has a not so decent amount of special features. It has some special features, but not that many. But again, runs at 129 minutes, and it's the OG DVD release that I own. So, a while after getting that, I came across the special artisan edition of Basic Instinct, and it's a special edition, and I'm like, well, this thing must be better, it must have more special features, and it must have something extra on the runtime. And it does indeed showcase more special features, but actually takes away a couple of minutes. This one clocking in at 127 minutes. So they actually took off 2 minutes away in this release. I wouldn't really be able to tell you what they took out, because I've never actually seen this and the other one back to back. It's only 2 minutes. I would be very hard-pressed to be able to pinpoint where the difference is, but you get a new release and they take away something but give you special features as par for the course when they re-release a movie. But this is the special edition. And then I came across this edition, which is the special edition, but shiny. Ooh, my precious, my precious. And it's well known that Professor Macabre will buy a movie solely based if it has a lenticular cover, or a shiny cover, or a 3D cover. And I thought, well, this looks very pretty. It's nice and holographic-y. It must be superior than the previous special edition. But nope. It's the exact same release with the exact same special features and the exact same 127-minute runtime. So you got me, you studio motherfuckers. You got me into triple dipping into the movie. But this one's prettier, so I didn't get rid of it. But still, I came across then another re-release. The Ultimate Edition re-release of Basic Instinct. This one says it's the unrated Director's Cut. And it switches up the special features. It actually does seem to have less special features than this one. I mean, look at how many looks here and what looks here. But it's the unrated Director's Cut. It must add even more footage. Ha ha ha! No, sucker, we got you again. This one clocks in at 128 minutes. So it's a minute longer than this, but a minute shorter than this one. So what the fuck? What could they possibly have taken out from this release? And again, it's only 2 minutes. If you watch them back to back, you probably won't notice what was taken out unless you're one of those really obsessive people that write down everything that happens frame by frame, which I sadly am not. I'm sure someone has way more free time than Professor Macabre and actually has gone point on the differences between the OG release, the special edition release, and the Ultimate unrated Director's Cut, which is fucking bullshit. This probably seems like the more complete one than this thing. Again, maybe they switch up a couple of scenes. Maybe this one has a little bit more seconds of boobiness than this one. I don't know. I've never actually tried to marathon all these 3 different versions and see what the differences are. But again, I'm pretty sure someone with a lot more free time has gone point on all the differences. But yes, I bought this one thinking it was superior, and it's actually inferior than the OG release. It doesn't even have the same amount of special features. So you got me, fucking studios. You got me to buy your movie 4 times. And there's actually a 5th DVD release of Basic Instinct. It has a clear case, and it has a ice pick that doubles as a pen. And I always see that one, and I'm like, do I really want to buy that edition of Basic Instinct just because of a clear case and a nice pick? It's probably just this release. So I'm like, if I come across it cheap, I'll probably buy it. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna pay a lot of money for that one. I already have this movie 4 times. But again, the obsessive compulsiveness that is Professor Macabre is curious on buying the ice pick version. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, that's something that you may encounter when collecting physical media, and you come across different cuts or editions or re-releases of a movie. I've seen a couple of releases of Basic Instinct that doesn't have any special features. They completely remove the special features, just a bare bone release of the movie, and that's no fun. At least include the goddamn trailer. So yes, let me know if you are like Professor Macabro and you also partake in double dipping or triple dipping or quad dipping or quintuple dipping on the same movie because they switch up the run times or they switch up the order of a couple of scenes or they add a second more of gore or of boobs or they just switch up the special features and you're like, well, it's the same thing, but I still want to see it. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Lisa releases her Lisa Lionheart doll, and then the Malibu Stacy Company releases the same old tire doll, but with a new hat. And everyone's like, but it has a new hat! I gotta have it! That's basically the mindset of Professor Macabro when it comes to movies. If it has a new shiny cover, I'm gonna buy it. But let me know if you're like me in the comments down below. But until we see you all again next time, I hope you enjoyed this look at different releases and the situation of physical media collection. And we hope that you are well and that we will see you next time. But until then, we wish you all, like always, a good evening.